Hello, everyone. Welcome to Web Development Session 15. So first of all, congratulations if you have made it so far. So in today's session, we are going to discuss JavaScript data types. In this, we first have to start with what is data types. Okay. So if I talk about data, in computer, data means any information, right? Now, if I break this word information, so that means which type of information we are talking about. That becomes your data type. That the information, for example, if I say I have a number called 9, it is a type of information which is in a form of number. Or maybe if I say that I have a word here called S, which is again an information which is in a form of characters. So in computer, when we talk about JavaScript, basically, we have to declare that which type of data we have and which type of data we are going to use in our project or in our coding. That becomes your data types, which is your data information. All right. So if we know what is data type first, let's understand that what type of informations we can store in our coding. First, we can go with the number type of storage. For example, as I told you that if I am going to store a number called 16, right? So I have to make a variable. If you do not know what is variable, please have a look to my previous video. If you still want me to make a video separate only on variables, please do let me know. I'll make it a separate video. But just giving you a little bit of glimpse. So what is variable? Variable is like a container which holds value for you. So if you can just say that we have a variable called length, which is holding a value 16 inside it, right? So now I have a variable here called length which holds 16, and it is which kind of variable? It is a kind of numbers. Again 7.5, it is again holding a numbers. Basically it is a decimal, but it falls under numbers. Same goes for the strings. For example, here I use color. Color is yellow. Last name is Johnson. These are all strings. Now just see, when I write this declaration of data types of strings and number, there is a very close difference we can see, which is in string we use double quotes, but in numbers we do not use that. There is one more kind of data we can use, which is like a true and false. Like if your value is true or false, that we call it as booleans data type. Some more type of data types are there, which is object, array object, and date. I will also discuss this one by one. Let's see it with the help of an example. So I'll go to index.html, where I've already made a basic structure of my HTML page. First of all, let's see how can I, declare a variable in JavaScript. So for today's class, I'm just using internal JavaScript. That means I'm writing my JavaScript code inside the HTML. So you will also have an experience of how do we write codes inside the HTML for JavaScript. First of all, I give a heading over here, which is h2 tag. Let's write JavaScript data type. All right. So now when I want to show my answers somewhere, I'm using a p tag for that reason. Okay. This p tag is going to be used to show my results. So I'm going to give it a ID, specific ID, let's say result. And I'm not keeping anything inside this p tag because this is only going to be visible when the result is going to be shown. Now let's understand how to write the JavaScript codes inside the HTML. So you have to start with the script command. Inside that, now whatever you write, that will be coming under your JavaScript coding. Now, first of all, what if I use var x? That means, what does it mean? It means that I have declared one variable, right? This means declaration, and x is undefined. We can say x is undefined, and we have defined, like we have just declared a variable which is x. That means there is a container whose name is x. Now there is other way also. We can use var x is equals to 5. Now what does it mean? It means that x is a number, and what it is holding? It is holding 5 inside it. Okay, x is a number which is holding 5 inside it. I can also use like var x is equals to, let's say in double quotes, I write lion. Now I could say x is a variable. It's basically a data type of string. Okay, so we can say X is a string which is holding lion inside it. So this is the basic declaration of any kind of data type. You can also declare some arrays. There are also declaration of arrays, there are declaration of objects. In today's class I will be going little slow and step by step. Declaration of arrays, if you want to see, let me just show you at least a little bit of declaration. For example, you can go with where. I'm using another variable name. You can name the variables as if of your choice. So let me name it as array1 maybe, is equals to, now whatever I want to name, the values I want to add into my array, I will give it one by one in double quotes. So I can write maybe red, then comma, I can write blue. Yes, then again, these are all should go into double quotes. I will make a separate video of array. This is just right now I'm showing you because I have to show you the data types. So array is also one of the data types. But what is array? That I will be discussing in our next classes, which I will be coming with. Okay, so right now I'm just showing you the declaration. Those who know arrays can just, check out this part. All right, so this is what we call it as X is an array here. All right. Now, what if I want to show these values on the screen, right? And we also need to show that which kind of data type it is, right? So let's make an example of it. Right now, I'm just keeping all of them as muted. You can mute your comment by just doing double slash in JavaScript. So this is just all muted. Now I'm just writing a separate code here. Let's say var. Now I could write it like X is equals to, let's say 5 plus in double quotes, suppose if I write lion and then I give semicolon. I want to show that what is 5 plus lion will come. It is actually storing into the result of X. How to show any value on the JavaScript? Remember we did that document dot get element by ID. I have to write the ID where I want to show my answer. I use a p tag for that, which ID is result. So I'll write that. Then I'll go with dot inner HTML is equals to, now what I want to show, I want to show X. Um, if you know the answer, please comment down below meanwhile, and let me show that what output do I get after doing that. So in my output, you can see it's showing you 5 lion. Let me zoom in. That means it's not adding the value. Why it is not adding the value? Because I have used one number and one string. If I do so, they just join the two values with me, but instead of adding it. Let's write 5. Do you think now it will give me 10? Yes, it will, because they are the numbers, right? Even though you can just do it like 5 plus 5 plus. Now let's add a string. I just write Sharma, I don't know. I just want to write something as string, so nothing coming to my mind. I'm just writing Sharma right now. So you can see 10 plus Sharma, because 5 plus 5 is a number. They added the two data types together, but Sharma is a string and they have not added it, right? So that's how the code works and the data type works in your HTML. Now, one more thing I could show you, like for example, let's change this. And now I'm making a variable where I can say X is equals to 5. One more variable, let's say Y is equals to 5. And then I'm making one more variable, let's say Z is equals to 8. Now you can see that X and Y has a common data type. These are the two common data type, but this is not common. Now, what if I want to use a Boolean? I want to show the answer in a form of true and false. In that case, how will I show my answer? So I want to show, is X equals to Y? All right. Plus means I'm going to add my number. This is I'm joining the two answers together. That's why I use a plus sign. Give a BR tag, again a plus sign, so that the next answer comes in a next line. And the next answer I want is what could be X is equals to Z. So if I say X is equals to Y, that means is X is equals to Y? Yes, X is equals to Y. But is x is equals to z? No, it is not. So according to my answer, one answer should come true and one answer should come false. So let's check it out. Yes, the number 1 is coming true. The number 2, which is x is equals to z. No, it is not, because 1 is 5, 1 is 8. So it's coming false. This is what we call it as Boolean checking. So in this here, we have seen strings, we have seen booleans, we have seen numbers. I will also come up with arrays and objects in our next classes, because in one class, if you do all the things, you will not be able to understand. So first you do practice of these concepts, what the data types, how to declare these data types. And yes, if you have any questions and doubt, please do let me know. And I will see you all in the next class with more explanation on arrays and data types. And please do let me know if you want to know something more about or any other questions you have in the comment section. So please subscribe to my channel. See you all in the next class. Bye bye.